Had he survived the assassin's bullet in 1963, John F. Kennedy would be 72 today. It is for his untimely death, not his life, however, that most Americans remember him, a fact his relatives are trying to change. One part of that change comes from the daily walking tours of his Brookline neighborhood and home. Marcus Jones paid a Memorial Day house call.
This Memorial Day in Brookline, dozens of sightseers quietly, respectfully trace the early footsteps of the nation's 35th president.
Look, ask questions, but don't touch anything, all right? Here's the First Mrs. Kennedy tapes.
On this date 20 years ago, this three-story home where John F. Kennedy was born was officially dedicated a National Historic Site.
So you had the master bedroom here, and across the hall was the nursery.
The president was born in this bedroom at approximately 3 in the afternoon, May 29th, 1917, 72 years ago today.
It was hard for me to believe that he would have been 72 years old today. I always think of him as being in his 50s.
He epitomized everything about the 60s, being the youngest president, and it's kind of difficult to realize he would be a senior citizen today. Whenever you think of John Kennedy, you think about youth and the Peace Corps and all the things he did to try to get the young people involved. And to realize that he would be old enough to probably be my grandfather today is a kind of it's culture shock.
Chair of the Maritime Commission, I then became ambassador to the Court of St. James in '38.
I think that I've learned that there was a very strong sense of family, and that's important to me because that's part of my values, and I'm very close to my own family.
Is there anyone like him today?
Today? Well, I don't think so.
What's your impression of JFK?
Oh, that's a tough one. Very charismatic. That's what makes it interesting to see the area that he grew up in.
As I said, from the Kennedy's first home, and I'll try to tell you a little bit about the house itself.
In addition to this home where President Kennedy was born and lived for 4 years, the National Park Service also conducts a walking tour of the president's Brookline neighborhood. One can see the church where he worshiped, the elementary schools he attended, and this home on Abbotsford Road, where the Kennedy clan migrated as the family expanded.
Here we are. This is 51 Abbotsford Road. It's the Kennedy's second home here in Brookline, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. It was built in 1857.
Do we make too much of the 35th president?
I don't think so. Personally, that's my own opinion, but I think the nation's interested in his life and what he stood for and what he tried to do for our country, and I think that generations to come will be as much interested as we have been.
In ceremonies this weekend, members of the Kennedy family have tried to generate a new awareness of President Kennedy's birthday. It's the family's hope that by doing so, people will begin to focus more on the president's purposeful life and less on his tragic death.
I saw the president gunned down when I was 10 years old. And I always remember that day as a day that should not be honored, but rather to celebrate what John Kennedy stood for in getting people involved. And today is a very important day to me.
For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Marcus Jones.